All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'd like to introduce you to some very innovative technology, and I want you to understand that your value and your worth is beyond estimation. And you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about here in the next few moments. I'm going to share with you why in this day and age, with the technology that we have, no one needs to struggle, that people can prosper doing things that they're already doing right now. So you may say, Mark, well, what exactly are you talking about? Well, let's get right into it right now. So I recently came across a book, and you may want to get a hold of this. It's called We Are Data, Algorithms and the Making of Our Digital Selves. Isn't that interesting? We are data. What is it talking about? It's talking about our digital footprint on the internet and in this Internet of Things. All right. And so let's break this down for you, because I want you to really grasp a hold of what I'm about to share with you today. Did you know that data is the most valuable commodity for businesses today? Many companies have been capturing our customer data in some form or another for decades. In fact, today, in the internet, in this internet-focused world that we live in, data is widely considered to be among the world's most valuable resource because of how much potential revenue and business value that it can provide. Moreover, it's available for sale and purchase. Indeed, some of the most influential companies globally, like Google and Facebook, have made their money mainly from the valuable and often intimate data they have on each one of us, including you and I. How many of you would agree with that? Absolutely. We know that that is absolutely true. So why is data so valuable? Data has become a valuable commodity similar to commodities like oil and gold, because most companies have similar types of data available to them. But of course, there are also many different types of data, and different data holds different value for various companies. Not every company can have the same data strategy because they have different verticals, all right, and expertise. Now, here's the thing we want to understand. Data predicts behavior, but where does the data come from? The data comes from us. We are the data. And that data lets people know basically what we are doing, and they're able to turn that into revenue and into profits. So companies collect, store, and analyze consumer data in their own databases to help them predict customer behavior. And this predictive quality can be so incredibly accurate that a company can know what you need sometimes before you even know it. All right, how many times have you gone online, gone on your phone, looked at something, a video, or read an article, and then a few minutes later, you receive an advertisement on that very thing that you just viewed? Isn't that interesting? How did that happen, and how did that happen so fast? Well, somebody sold your data. So personal data is worth billions, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, Wall Street is the #1 buyer of data and is used to predict trends and to direct investments. They use that data to determine where to build schools, where to build housing complexes, where to build factories, ladies and gentlemen. And then they look at that data and see what companies are going to benefit from that information. And then they invest in those companies and they make billions. Now, Instant Recall is an app. It's a unique technology that empowers us to benefit monthly from the sale of anonymous location data. So this is important. It's anonymous. Nobody knows that it's us. Have you ever seen a cord running across the road with a gray box on the side of the street? When that happens, they are literally counting how many cars, how much traffic is going down that street. So they know how many cars were down that street, but they don't know who was in their car. That's what we're talking about, anonymous traffic that's generated when we carry our phones around with us. So why do companies collect this data? Let's be very clear. Big tech collects personal data and uses it to make profits, ladies and gentlemen. So now, if companies are making profits from our data, which represent us on the internet, shouldn't you and I be profiting from it also? That's exactly what we're talking about. All right, now, what I want to do here is show you a quick 4-minute overview that explains Instant Recall, exactly how it works and how it can benefit and empower you and I. But then we're going to break it down and get into a few more details. Let's watch this short video.
How would you like to have an automatic additional income? Automatic because you don't have to change anything about your day-to-day lifestyle in order to receive an additional income. An income that could easily reach into the high five figures. Take a moment to understand the Instant Recall app and how it can easily change your financial picture. Did you know your location data is valuable? That's right, where you go, your phone goes. And when advertisers see where all the phones are, they can better decide how and where to advertise. Did you know right now there are over 50 companies already selling your location to advertisers? That's right. As you and thousands of other people are driving around every day, multiple apps on your phone have been given permission by you to track your location. They do it anonymously, of course. They don't give out your personal information, but they are selling the location of you and the thousands of people all around you for hundreds of thousands of dollars to advertisers. Google is a prime example. So here's the question. How much are they paying you for your location data? And here's a better question. How would you like to get paid for it? Hold that thought for a moment. In the last 3 years, food and fuel prices have risen worldwide. We all need more money to get by. And with over 5.9 billion smartphone users around the world producing valuable anonymous location data, economists are right. Oil is no longer the most valuable resource. Data is. With the Instant Recall app, you can now get paid for your data and for referring others to Instant Recall. Of course, we comply with all international privacy laws, so you are not tracked personally. Your location data is anonymous. We collect $3.99 a month from your phone to publish your data to commercial data platforms. We package your location data and send it to the platforms every 15 seconds or 5,760 times a day. And we compile the data from the phones of everyone you refer. And we pay you monthly. In addition to that, your $3.99 monthly subscription provides 5 meals each month through feedingamerica.org. You are paid $1 per month on each personal referral, all those on your first level. Plus, you are paid $1 per month on the referrals made by those people you refer. This is your second level. If you have made 10 or more personal referrals, you are paid 50 cents per month on the referrals on your third and fourth levels. Simply put, if everyone refers just 10 people, you are making over $5,600 a month in recurring monthly income without changing anything about what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Some people will refer a lot more than 10, so your monthly income can grow exponentially. We send payments to a digital wallet every month so you can withdraw those funds to your account. Download the Instant Recall app. Make sure the referral code you receive is correct before clicking on the green arrow in the bottom right. Next, open the app to the map page. Click on the white box in the upper right. On the next page in the lower right is an automated referral system connected to all of your contacts. Just start clicking on contacts to get your first 10 referrals. The best part is no inventory needed, and there are 5.9 billion customers out there for you to refer. Plus, you can take advantage, on average, of a $1,500 a year tax write-off as a home-based business owner. Feel free to get back with the person that shared this with you and take a moment to ask any questions and how you can get on board with this incredible opportunity. Have a good day, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right. So one of the unique things that Instant Recall has done is create some very powerful partnerships. And one of those partnerships is with an organization called Feeding America. Feeding America is the #1 provider of food to the food banks across the United States and Canada. It's an amazing partnership. And when a person subscribes through the Instant Recall app, a certain number of meals are given to people that are in need. And, you know, of course, we had the hurricanes in Florida here recently, and a lot of those folks, they need food and they need water. And you and I are able to help support that through Feeding America. I've got a short 2-minute video that will help you understand this partnership a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Today, right here in America, A shocking number of our neighbors are facing hunger. Feeding America estimates 60 million people turn to food banks, food pantries, and other private food assistance programs in 2020. There is enough food to feed all of us, but still millions of people face hunger every year. And in Black, Latino, and Native American communities, the challenges run deeper and hit harder. It takes courage to ask for help. It takes all of us working together to make sure no one goes to bed hungry.
Feeding America is a nationwide network of 200 food banks and 60,000 meal programs. Together, we are the nation's largest domestic hunger relief organization. The Feeding America network helped provide more than 6 billion meals in 2020. Behind each meal are countless supporters, donors, and volunteers who care deeply about their neighbors. This family's meal came from their local food pantry. There are more than 60,000 meal programs like this all across our country. Before the meal reached the pantry, the groceries came from a local food bank that collects and routes food to feeding programs. Day in and day out, 200 food banks secure food and funds from donors like national food and grocery manufacturers, retailers, and farmers, and from the generosity of individuals making donations to help feed their neighbors. Volunteers help make it all possible. Each year, more than 2 million people lend a hand.
The work goes beyond providing meals every day. Together, the Food Bank Network and our partners are hard at work in your community and thousands just like it, rescuing healthy food and keeping it from landfills, focusing on the hardest hit communities, making it easier for everyone to get the fresh food they need, and uniting a movement that will bring about lasting change. All of this makes a difference for our neighbors by providing more meals today and helping create a hunger-free tomorrow. But we can't end hunger without people like you. Join us. Visit www.feedingamerica.org to find your local food bank. Volunteer to help get meals to your neighbors. Raise your voice to advocate for stronger food assistance programs. And donate. Every dollar helps provide at least 10 meals. Together, we can create an America where no one is hungry. Together, we're Feeding America.
All right, that's amazing. You know, what I noticed from watching that, how many people it takes for them to pull that off. Did you hear them mention? It takes thousands of people of all focused on providing a service to others. And I want you to understand that when we come together like we're going to do, and we're going to show you here, the difference is that Feeding America is providing food, but this collaboration we do here is going to provide people with the money they need to accomplish their goals. All right, let's get into it a little bit more. So Instant Recall has partnered with Feeding America to provide meals to those in need. But Instant Recall has also partnered with two of the largest companies in the world. One of them is Google and the other one is Apple. In order for this to work, the Instant Recall app had to be approved by Google, very strict requirements. And when a person pays that $3.99 subscription fee, that money goes to Google. This is very important that you understand this. So how big is Google? Well, they fall under an umbrella company now called Alphabet Inc. All right. But when we go here and look at the details, one of the things we notice is that Google has over 156,000 employees, but it also has a net income in 2021 of over $76 billion. Their overall net assets are over $359 billion, one of the biggest companies in the world. And of course, they own Google Maps, Gmail, and so much more. And we're in partnership with them. But it's not just them. If you're using an iPhone, when you pay that $3.99, that goes to Apple, ladies and gentlemen. Apple has a net worth of over $2.5 trillion, ladies and gentlemen. That was in 2022. And they broke the $3 million mark recently to be the most profitable company in the history of the world. Instant Recall has partnered up with them in order to make this a reality. So now let's just take a look at the process here. So how does the person get involved here? Well, you're simply going to get the link of the person who invited you on the call. You're going to download the app and you're going to pay the $3.99 subscription, which is a monthly subscription. From that, you know that meals are going to be given through Feeding America to help people, you know that you now have a home-based business and you can write off on average up to $1,500 in tax savings every year. That means that this is profitable for you right out of the gate. But in addition to that, you're going to want to share the app. Why? Because we want to help as many people as possible. You're going to understand the importance of that in just a moment. As a result of that, the meals are going to be given, as we mentioned, and then you and I, and even nonprofit organizations that participate with us, can now generate income. All right, so let me ask you a question. What if you could pay your car note, your rent, or your mortgage payment from an initial cost of just $4? You think that might be of interest to you or maybe some other people? Well, let's go ahead and break it down. So you understood that one of the things that we're doing here is building a database. When you participate in sharing instant recall, you are helping to build that database. See, data is more valuable the more you have. And so we need as much data as we can. And that's why we're incentivized to bring people in. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand. The $3.99, as I mentioned, that does not go to the company. That goes to Google and that goes to Apple. So where does the money come from in order to pay the commissions that we're talking about here? That comes from the sale of the data, ladies and gentlemen. And the more you are involved in helping the company accumulate the data, the more money that you earn every month. All right, so let's just keep it really simple right now. What would an extra $110 a month do for you? You could maybe buy lunch for a week or maybe a little longer. Maybe you can buy groceries for a week. Maybe you could pay your cell phone bill or fill up your car with gas, all right, a tank of gas. That would be cool, right? Especially when you consider you only paid $3.99. What does it take for that to happen? You simply go out and refer 10 people, and those 10 people go out and refer 10 people. That's all it takes. How long does it take to do that? Can you do that in one day? Absolutely. We got a ton of people doing that in one day right now. Maybe you just refer 2 people a day. You could do it in 5 days. And those people do it in 5 days. This could be done in just a matter of days. All right. But maybe you have some bigger goals. Now, by the way, there is a calculator that you can go to if you want to calculate this yourself, and you can go to this website. Go ahead and write this down. Calculatetheearnings.com. Calculatetheearnings.com, and you can actually go to a calculator very similar to this to calculate what the numbers potential could look like based on your participation. All right, so let's go a little further. Maybe you have bigger goals. Maybe you would like to pay your car note or pay your rent or pay your mortgage every month. Is that possible with this amazing app? Absolutely. Let's take a look at the numbers. All right. If you go out and you refer 20 people, we've got people on the call right now who have referred well over 20 people. And those people just go out and refer 10 who subscribed. They refer 5 and they refer 2. Guess what? That's $1,700 a month, ladies and gentlemen, without you or I changing anything that we're doing right now. All we do is just communicate with people by text, by email, by social media, maybe even talk to them in person over the phone. Just a few minutes a day is all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what about your rent? Let's just say you went out and you personally referred 40 people. Why would you stop? It's only $3.99, right? And they referred just 10. Who refer just 5 and they refer just 2. Guess what? That's over $3,400 a month. Is that enough to pay your rent and maybe a few other things? But let's just say you've got some bigger goals and you go out and you personally refer 60 people. All right, we're going to say that you refer 10 people in 5 days. So how long is that going to take you to do 60? If you are consistent like I am and so many of the other leaders on this call are, and you can see what those numbers are, that's over $5,000 a month. Now, the thing you want to understand is that this is not networking. This is not gifting. This is an affiliate program. That means there are no hoops. There is no binary. There are no ranks, any particular levels. Everyone is on a level playing field. You can refer and share this with as many people as you want, unlimited. That means that the income potential is unlimited for you and I. So now, let me ask you a question. Do you know any organizations, any nonprofits that are looking for long-term revenue? Those organizations, they need verification that everything is everything. Well, we can prove that where this money goes, it goes to Google. You will receive a receipt from Google from the $3.99. So the legitimacy is here. It's not gifting. It's not any of those other things. And so an organization can do something like this. I want you to listen very carefully. They can reach out to their supporters and they can say, we are launching a campaign to provide food to those who are in need. We're going to be doing it through an app called Instant Recall. It takes $3 and just 99 cents a month for you to be able to participate with us. The great thing is that in addition to us being able to provide food to those who need it, we are also raising money for our cause as well. How many of you would be willing to support us in this campaign for only $4 a month? All right, can you see that? And so this is one of the ways that they can introduce this to their supporters, but there are many others as well. And maybe you are the one who introduces this to them, which would be a great benefit for you and your family as well. All right. So when is the perfect time to join Instant Recall? It's right now. The company just started paying about 2 weeks ago. We're getting ready to go into our second payment, which is the 15th. The cutoff on that is the 14th at midnight. So the 15th of October is our next payday. We get paid every month. You'll be setting up a wallet called a G-Point wallet. You're going to connect your debit card to that or your banking routing number, and you will be paid in fiat direct to that account. We've got videos that walk you through that process. And we also have the person who invited you here can also do that as well. But this is what I want to bring on, just a couple of leaders just to share their thoughts. Now, the first person I want to bring on is an angel. This young lady is an angel. She's got wings on her, and she's from New York. And her name is Valencia. And Valencia, if you would, go ahead and unmute yourself, say hello to everybody, and just share with us, what you see, why you like Instant Recall.
Well, thank you for that presentation, Mark. Phenomenal as always. And thank you, Giovanni, for that breakdown. It just gives a whole different view to, doubling your money here. And, anything Mark touches goes gold. And we've been prepared for this for a little while. And I just want to say that right now, having an income solution with as low as $3.99 is powerful as you can get. That's worldwide. And I just want to say 3 things that I know that can benefit you. I don't care where you are in your financial situation. There's 3 things you can look at this, right? When you want to do something successful, right? You got to know your numbers. And they just prove to you knowing your numbers, right? You got to know that. And once you know that, you ask yourself, how could that amount change your household? What would it benefit you? What, how is this can help you monthly, weekly, right? And then remember, success loves speed, and success is tied to your courage muscle. So you got to remember that it's time to go out there and build what you want, because number 3, wealth is shifting. And this is the time to reach out and get your abundance. Last year alone, we had 5.2 new multimillionaires made in this down season, and 2.5 million alone in the US. So just imagine what's happening already this year. So don't miss this podcast. This is going to be phenomenal. I'm super excited. All I can say is get back with the person who shared this with you. And don't worry about the numbers in terms of how many people you need. Share this with everybody you know, including your mother. Because if she on my timeline, I'm going to reach out. I'm just going to let you know. Back to you, Mark.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Valencia. I really appreciate that. I want to go ahead and I want to go to my good friend, Terry Lofton. He's out there in the Houston area. And Terry, if you're available, go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello. Say hello to everybody. You should be able to hit your mic right now.
Can you hear me, Mark?
I sure can. How are you today?
Hey, unbelievable. Awesome presentation as usual. And Giovanni, I need that chart, bro. That was an awesome demonstration. And just like Valencia said, the numbers don't lie. And I think we all here been a part of something, right? We didn't have our journey. And this, one thing I like about it, we ain't got to worry about nothing shutting down, nothing changing in the sense of compensation and things of that nature. And we all understand that. But when you can do the things that we could do with this and help individuals and help yourself and have a good cause behind it. See, a lot of things that, we do is not really a good, major purpose. I mean, you could get healthy and things of that nature, but I'm talking about, when you talking about feeding people, that's a major, major deal. And I believe what we have here, everything happens for a reason. And right now is the perfect time with all the chaos that's going on in the world and around us, that people need a solution. And this solution, can be built on, and anyone can do it. It's nothing difficult. It's nothing to learn or schooling, nothing I have to go through a training course on. It's just a matter of actually sharing the app, demonstrating it, showing what it could do for an individual. And I believe right now we are all here in a position to do some financial over obedience of wealth, of growth. And I'm just excited, Mark, to be here with you and all the other leaders here. And it's exciting time. So, hey, thank you again for inviting me. And I'm just going to get, 100 toll booths. That's what I'm looking to do.
So, we didn't talk about the developer. His name is Paul Snyder. He's been making apps for well over 30 years. I have to tell you about him. He has impeccable reputation and integrity. And I have a mentor who's very, very wealthy, very successful. And when I told him that I was working with Paul Snyder on this project, he said, Mark, I know Paul. He's the man of the highest integrity. In fact, I've done business with him before. He said, hold on, let me put you on the phone. And he got me on the phone. I was able to talk with Paul. I was introduced to him properly. And he has been amazing. Open, transparent, communicates with us. He has already invested over $500,000 into this. And he has great connections. He has created something that does not exist at this level, ladies and gentlemen. And so you're absolutely in the right place at the right time. I want to bring on this next young lady is Coach Nevada Howard. And Coach Nevada, if you're there, can you say hello to everybody and share with us your thoughts about Instant Recall?
Yes, I absolutely can. Can you hear me?
I sure do.
Awesome. I tell you, I'm just sitting over here in the corner, right? And I'm out this evening, and I can imagine people looking at me wondering, what in the world could she be so happy about? You knocked it out of the park again. But then, not only did you knock it out of the park, but Giovanni, Valencia, Lofton, wow, what a leadership team. It's just so awesome to be here. But I'm going to reiterate something that I hope, and if you didn't catch it, I'm going to bring it back. IRA. Okay. Yeah, IRA, right? Now, there are so many people who are behind the 8 ball with retirement. A whole bunch of people lost money back, when the economy crashed in 2008 that they never made up for. And we're getting ready, let's just be real about it, to crash again and lose some more money out of our retirement plan. But guess what? This is your IRA. So for those people out there who are behind the 8 ball, maybe it's because of a divorce, maybe it's because your job shut down, who knows what the reason is. But isn't this wonderful that you have a shot right here for $3.99 to build you an IRA, a retirement plan? So I'm going to leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. You really only have 2 choices. You can continue to give your data away for free. That's choice number 1, because they're getting it anyway. Or you can make the decision tonight that you're going to begin to get paid for it. And one might say, well, how do you do that? Well, you've done the first part. You watch this webinar. Second part, it's only like a 3-step process. Download the app and pay for it. Third part, watch the video to show you how to download the wallet. Download your wallet, you in business.